Body language. It's the way we stand, smile, make eye contact. Experts say 60% of communication is nonverbal. We threw a party and invited Dr. Lillian Glass, author, psychologist, and a leading body language expert to help us spot body language, good and bad.
So we're talking about do's and don'ts of body language.
The body doesn't lie. What goes on in your head and your heart comes out in the way you move, the way you speak, the way your face comports itself.
What are things that one can do at a party like this to show that you're interested or available, body language?
The first thing is it starts in your head. You need to start thinking, it's not about me. We're all in this together. You don't have to be drop-dead gorgeous. You don't have to be model beautiful. You just have to be warm, connected to another person, and then magic happens. Now, this girl in the corner here has a lot of signals that she's doing. She's very sensuous, the way she's holding her hands, she flows in her movement.
And she's open with her chest.
She's really doing a lot right.
The girl in the middle there seems open, receptive, attractive.
Absolutely. Everybody uses body language all the time.
But not everyone can speak with their body like they'd like to.
My name is Deborah Garrett. I am 40 years old. I was in a long-term relationship, 16 years, which ended about 5 years ago.
Single now for 5 years, Deborah's dating life is not going where she wants it.
I just haven't been able to meet anybody.
And she wants to know why.
I guess I'd like to know what it is that I'm doing that isn't allowing people to approach me.
Yeah, my name's Tim Calgill. I'm 45 years old. I'm divorced. I have an 8-year-old daughter. Spend most of my time with her, and I haven't met anybody in a year.
Tim, like Deborah, also has a body language problem.
What I do in public and stuff and how I act, I just know that I'm pushing people away just because of my actions, but I don't want to. If I see a woman that I'm attracted to, I feel real flush and start getting embarrassed.
If a man comes up to me, and especially if I find him attractive, I would probably say something really stupid and just be really uncomfortable. Part of what happens is that I don't know what to say to people.
And then I start thinking, am I saying the right things when she talks to me? How do I sound? Do I sound stupid in my answers or whatever? And I think too hard. I'm thinking I just don't act natural.
I'm quite a catch. People just don't know it.
Since our two singles each have their own body language issues, we invited them to our party and let Dr. Glass observe firsthand their body signals.
So let's look at Deborah and then Tim. What is she saying now, for instance, with her body language?
What she's saying is, I'm holding back. She's taking the glass and holding it back. The fidgeting of the fingers, I'm nervous. I'm not very comfortable. She's not looking towards him. She's cringing, not smiling. The face is very tense. You really need a big, radiant smile to attract somebody.
Now, what about him, on the other hand, now? What is he?
He's totally disconnected. He's an observer. He's got 3 beautiful women there. He's not
and he
even
could
a part
talk
of the
about anything.
table.
He could comment on her tattoo.
Exactly. He could say, I like your tattoo, or what are you drinking, or what's going on. But he just wants to hide. Look, he's leaning forward. He's holding his hand.
Nervous,
it's painful.
and he sit back.
But it's
from the
painful to
group.
watch
It is
him.
painful.
It really is painful.
We got to work on him big time.
Absolutely. And we have to work on her big time, too.
Yeah.
After the party, it was time for Tim and Deborah to hear Dr. Glass's comments for themselves.
So, last night, you went to a party. I'm going to ask you first. Tim, what did you think about it?
I enjoyed it, but I got myself into a corner, and I felt like I was cornered.
You did.
Yes.
That you did. You
Oh, you saw that.
absolutely did. Deborah, what was your experience?
I felt very awkward at the beginning, certainly, and just kind of wanting to be invisible. I just felt very self-conscious.
Well, let me share with you my observations. First of all, I'd like you to see why people may be turned off to talking with you on this tape, okay? Let's just watch it. Deborah, if you look at yourself, there's a group here, and you're out of the group. You're not connecting. Look at your shoulders. They're hunched over. It's like a little turtle. You know, your head is down and your shoulders are up. You're hanging onto the glass with both hands for dear life. What do you feel like when you go into a room like that?
I feel like I don't belong.
Okay. You know why? And you may think this is rude, but I'm not trying to be rude. It's because you're selfish. What do I mean by that? Shy people are selfish. You're thinking about yourself. Let's get unselfish. Thinking about other people. What do you do? How are you? And all of a sudden, you're going to be a whole different person.
Now it's Tim's turn in the hot seat.
The woman you were attracted to? Tell me about her that was sitting across from the table.
She was very talkative.
Mhm.
And had
And what else?
a lot of fun things to say.
You could have had a ball with this woman. You could have had her number at the end of the evening. She could have been your next wife. And that's another thing. This is not going to work. Holding on to your hands for dear life. That's what I noticed so much. And you were just holding on to your hand like, let me out of here. I don't want to be here. I watched you, and I was pained. I had to tell you, it was painful for me. Because I thought, wow, you're missing out on so much.
I thought I was missing out there.
Yeah, you missed out on a hot date.
Well, then I felt I was getting cornered.
No, you got cornered. That's the good point you brought up. I felt I was getting cornered. It's like the walls did it. Bad walls. No, you did it. You feel cornered? Get out of the corner. You're not victimized by those walls. Look at you. Now, another thing, it's about being interested. It's putting your hands away from each other. It's asking questions. It's connecting. Now, let's say you and I met at a party, okay? What are you going to do? Look away, right? No. The first thing you're going to do is look at my face. You're going to look at my entire face for 2 seconds, eyes, nose, mouth, and entire face. Now, if you really like me, you're going to look at my eyes for a lot longer, like 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and I'll go, oh, he kind of likes me. But do you understand what shyness is? It's selfishness.
Selfish. That's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, though, and I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be selfish.
It's a bad thing to be selfish. So it's a bad thing to be shy. Nobody in this world has to be shy.
After the critique, Dr. Glass gave both Tim and Deborah 3 specific body language tips to practice at home. For Deborah, first, keep your shoulders back and hold your head up. Second, smile. Big smiles, self-confidence. And confidence is sexy. Third, don't be selfish. Shy people are selfish people. For Tim, his #1 issue is to stay away from the walls. Don't hide in the corners. 2, keep his hands open. Closed hands, closed body language. 3, be genuinely interested in others. Ask questions and get involved. And to help give our shy singles an extra push in the right direction, we had one more surprise.
We're going to give you a complete makeover.
Really?
In order to have you feel better about yourself, so you feel more self-confident.